There is no distinct Bronze Age in the Philippines. Copper was found to have been used for adornments such as earrings. Wheelstone remained more common for tools. As early as 3000 BC, people were producing a range of materials from adzes to facial ornaments to pottery of various designs. The manufacture of pottery subsequently became well developed and flourished for about 2000 years. Praise and welcome science and technology during the Bronze Ages and Iron Age, brought to you by Group 6. Allow us to tour you in the Bronze and Iron Age in the Philippines. Help me welcome the first reporter.
Fermentation in food processing could have been present earlier than this period. Various types of alcohol were produced from the coconut tuba, lambanog, bahlina, and rice or pangasi. This method was later adapted to sugarcane or basi, when Arab traders presumably brought the crop to Mindanao and then spread northwards. On the left is the lantaka used as a cannon in the Philippines, similarly assuming that specific Iron Age in the Philippines is still a matter of debate. Usage and small-scale production of iron, however, is estimated to have occurred around 500 to 200 BCE as iron manufacturing overlapped with the arrival of limited bronze manufacturing. And people during this age engaged in the actual iron extraction, smelting, and refining.
There you have it. Thank you, Ms. Bawin, for that report. Now let's unravel more learnings.
Crude metalwork processes were already adapted through the hardening of metal through heat-induced carbon absorption or carburization. Most materials found were imported, which shows the existence of an extensive trading network across Southeast Asia, China, and the Indian subcontinent as early as this period. By 1st century CE, cotton cultivation, textiles, mining, and jewelry making were already practiced. This period saw the appearance of various clay and copper-based materials produced by the Sa Huyen culture, which existed around 1000 BCE to 200 CE. Found to be concentrated in southern Vietnam, this society is presumed to have had presence around central Philippines and possibly all the way to Mindanao. Some notable archaeological findings from this time are the Sa Huyen Kalanay Pottery Complex of Masbate around 400 BCE to 1500 CE and the Mananggul Jar of Palawan around 890 to 710 BCE, which is depicted in the old design of the 1,000 peso bell.
As descendants of seafaring people who subsequently settled near the sea, social structures in ancient Philippines were also tied to seafaring. Now let's sail to another knowledge.
An example would be the ancient barangay societies, which would later expand as flourishing, powerful localities trading with nearby states and territories up until the 16th century. These social organizations were derived from the concept of the balangay, ancient boats used by their predecessors to travel across the Philippines and nearby islands.
The oldest to be discovered is called the Butuan boat, one presumed to be used around 300 CE. The Ausonians were also the ancestors of Polynesians whose boat building and navigation prowess were unmatched anywhere in the world, even by mercantile powers of ancient Mediterranean. Only until the European age of exploration that such skills are said to have been surpassed by the emergence of more modern naval technologies.
In ancient Philippines, sophisticated boat building techniques such that for the balangay were passed on to generations. Other seafaring technologies were also present. Small boats which can still be found today are the paraw, which is common in the Visayas, and the vinta or the lipa-lipa, found across the Sulu Archipelago, the Zamboanga Peninsula, and some parts of southern Mindanao. There is also the karakwa or large outrigger ships used for both trade and warfare, mostly in the Visayas. The lanong is a variant within the Sulu area, on which these larger vessels were said to be attached with at least one bronze cannon called a lantaka. Today, Today, this cannon technology has evolved into the typical bamboo cannons used as noisemakers during the fiestas and New Year's Eves. The production of iron tools helped make the farming process easier and more efficient. Farmers could plow tougher soil, making it possible to harvest new crops and freeing time for more leisure. New varieties of crops and livestock were introduced at different times over the span of the Iron Age. Now let's welcome another reporter.
Given the presence of iron as a valuable resource, socio-political institutions should have developed like anywhere else. And like any complex society, medicine was central to preserving the health of people. At this point, there existed knowledge and methods dealing with medicinal and therapeutic properties of plants such as herbs. This early form of medicine or pananambal is associated with ancient systems of animist beliefs characterized by the Anito, which comprises of various nature spirits, diwatas, and ancestors. In line with religion, early societies' agricultural activities were presumed to have been guided by a Hindu-Buddhist influenced lunar calendar.
Thank you, Ms. Bankat, for that report. Now let's proceed with the development of language during the Iron Age. So good morning, we are going to discuss the developments in language in the Philippines, in which developments in language are also signs of both socio-political and technological advancements. Among the oldest writing system in the Philippines is the Baybayin, on which it was found in the Philippines with variations from Pampanga down to the Visayas. This is presumed to have evolved from the Kawi script, originally developed somewhere in Java, Indonesia, and spread all over in Malaysia and in the Philippines. Its most renowned evidence in the Philippines is the Laguna copper plate inscription dated around 900 CE, which is an old Malay writing mixed with either Old Javanese or Old Tagalog. Kawi itself evolved from an older writing system originating in southern India. Many Baybayin writings did not survive since most were carved on leaves and bamboo, except for a very few when the Spaniards brought the printing press to the islands. Thank you.